Okay. What is up?
What's going on, everyone? Grateful to be on another After Hours Live. My friends, we're coming to you live tonight from each of our own individual homes. We have an absolutely wonderful event for you guys tonight here on After Hours Live. We're going to be giving you the 3 things that you need to be doing if you care about your health. My friends, we're very transparent on the show with what's going on. My daughter is currently being put to bed, and she is screaming in the background because she's crying for her pacifier. So if you hear that, just ignore it. We're delivering amazing content for every single one of you today. Go ahead and comment in the chat. Tell us exactly where you're coming from. Tell me where you're at in Arkansas. Awesome. Ralph, it's good to see you, brother. It's good to see you. My friends, let's go ahead and get this show on the road. You know, this is Dr. Cam. We have Dr. Chris and Dr. Grant coming to you with a very special show. The 3 things that you need to be doing if you're trying to live a happier, healthier life. Before we get started, my friends, go ahead and make sure that you download our app. If you go on the App Store and look up these specific centers, it's going to be a white background with a gray S. Download that app. And then if you actually take a screenshot of it and send it to us, we will give you VIP access to it. Let's go ahead and get into the show. So what's going to happen here is I have 3 things. Dr. Chris has 3 things, and Dr. Grant has 3 things that we're actually going to be going around and talking about things that we implement and things that we can actually do for ourselves to help create a happier, healthier life. We're going to go about 2 to 3 minutes on each one, so that way we can all go through it. And at the end, you guys already know it, giving away something special. My number 1, and you guys tell me what you guys think of this one. I think all of us are pretty locked in on this. So my first one I want to talk about, if you want to live a happier, healthier life, my friends, we need a morning routine. You hear us talk about it multiple times on this show. Having a morning routine helps us be able to solidify exactly what it is that we're trying to do for our day. I like to split my morning routine into 5 different things. Essentially, it goes into exercise. It goes into the Word or reading the Bible. It goes into reading and writing, which is, I just count that as me taking notes on the scripture that I read. Organization, what I'm doing for the day. And then the last one is taking some quiet time and just kind of meditating on what it is that I'm doing. So those are my 5 things. If you want to live a happier, healthier life, you need a morning routine. If you need help with that, feel free to let us know. We can actually do an entire live specifically on a morning routine.
I actually think we have a guide on that too.
Mm-hmm. We have an evening routine guide. We don't have the morning one yet.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Huh? I'm just glad that we're all 3 back on here again at the same time. I think this is the first time we've all 3 been on here in a while.
Yeah.
And it's been a couple months. I was in Scotland. I was traveling. Cam was traveling. Chris was traveling. We've all been revolving around all around the world. And here we are back in one place. I love it. Good stuff. Yep. And don't forget, when it comes to guides, resources, and all that good stuff, to go to a Happier, Healthier Arkansas free Facebook group and make sure you can have access to all of our guides. Our evening routine guide, who knows, maybe we'll come out with a morning routine guide, huh?
Yeah.
Who's next? I'll go. I got one for us. I wrote this down earlier because I was like, you know what? This is a really good one. If you care about your health, you will do this. Chew gum. It's a very counterintuitive thing. It's not only good for dental health if you get gum that is sugar-free and is free of aspartame. There's actually aspartame-free gums out there. Gum actually has been shown via research to have amazing health benefits, some of which you're actually burning more calories throughout the day if you chew gum. The action of chewing throughout the day, chewing gum, actually burns calories. It's been shown via research. It fights sleepiness, improves memory, and wait for this one, it eliminates nausea. The way it can eliminate nausea is when you're chewing, it's actually feeding your brainstem input. It can actually decrease vagal nerve tone, which if you're someone who gets nauseous, it's also a really good way to keep the jaw fired up. If someone who suffers from TMJ, or someone who has TMJ issues, or if you have nausea for sure, it's a really good way to burn calories throughout the day. Just something you can do that's healthy, actually. But the caveat to this is make sure it doesn't have aspartame and make sure it doesn't have sugar. That's number 1.
Nice.
Brownie's up.
Right over here.
Right.
We recently got asked a question, what does success mean for you? And one of the thoughts that I had was having like meaningful relationships. not only with myself but also with others. I think that at the end of the day, end of lifetime, if someone asks you that, like, hey, like, was your life successful? Did you do good stuff? How do you know it was successful? I think we're not going to talk about all the little things. So I ate clean. My life was good. I watched TV. My life was good. I went on hikes. I think a lot of it was going to come down to the people that you interact with, and how you either impacted them or how they impacted you, and who shows up at that moment. And I think that goes a really long way towards sustaining all the things to do on your own for your health and well-being, because those kind of people are helping you subconsciously or consciously motivate you to continue being operating at that healthy, clean, crisp version of yourself. And if you're lacking in the relationship department, then identify which ones are the ones worth pouring into and expand those, deepen those. And I think that will end up resulting in fitness being better, eating going better, sleep going better, mind going better. All those fundamentals that Cam broke down, a lot of them are rooted within each other and with people. So pour into those, be in touch with those, check in on people throughout the week, throughout the month. And I really do think that that is a big piece towards something that we aren't doing as much, especially in person, because we're all on our phones, just like right now. Yeah. If we're doing this over in person, that would be way better, right? So in-person stuff, I think that's critical.
That's interesting going off of that point, because my second one actually has to do with in-person stuff, and that's a calendar. Okay. So having a calendar helps us identify when all these in-person stuff is happening. Dr. Chris and I were talking about this earlier, my friends. We have amazing stuff in the clinic that's on the calendar that you guys can be involved in. Obviously, we're giving you this wonderful after hours content, but Chris, Walk with Friends, me, Coffee and Community at Guillermo's. We're looking at hosting workshops. We have a ton of in-person events that's all on our calendar that you guys can also be aware of when you download the app, because we send a lot of amazing content through that app. But my second one, like I said, was calendar. The reason why is because when it comes to the calendar, so for example, we have a family calendar. I actually had a phone call at 6 o'clock with someone because they were trying to get on our family calendar, which is separate from my clinical calendar. And on my family calendar, that's like my calendar that all things go on outside of a clinical setting. And then I have my own clinical calendar that my patients are on and stuff that I do throughout the day. My family calendar consists of everything essentially past 6 o'clock. So if it's past 6 o'clock p.m., that goes in the family calendar, or if it's on the weekends, that goes in the family calendar. The calendar helps organize and helps keep things structured. So that way we know, we have this birthday party to go to, or we have these people coming over for dinner, or it helps keep us accountable too, to check in with them to be able to see, okay, is this still happening? Because if not, then that helps free up some time where we can allocate it elsewhere. But if you don't utilize your calendar, even if you don't need a business, you don't need, you could work a typical 9-to-5 job and still use your calendar. And I can guarantee you that you'll be more productive in the workspace when doing that. So I'd recommend, if you're trying to live a happier, healthier life, get involved in your calendar.
It's interesting, right? It's like one of the number one things that you hear from people. It's the number one answer for why people can't do something is usually what?
Don't have time.
I don't have time. And basically what you just told me is you don't have a calendar. Basically what you told me is you don't value your calendar, and you're definitely not a student of it, because the number one variable, the number one equalizer is we all have the same 24 hours in the day. Great tip there. Take a little break here. If you're just joining us, feel free to tell us who you are, where you're joining in from, the way you can get in on our giveaway this evening. Of course, right here in the middle, we're giving away our top three, each of us, our top 3 things you should be doing every single day if you take health as a priority. Cam already gave you 2. I've given you 1. Chris has given you 1. We're just rounding this thing out. Before we go any further, what's the giveaway tonight? What should we give away? I tell you what, we're going to let Cam choose today because it's a special day for Cam. What is the giveaway today, Cam?
The giveaway today is going to be the giveaway today. Let's do like,
what's up, Tanya? What?
Foot long Subway cookie.
A Subway gift card.
Talk about things that are not healthy for you. Talk about the top 3 things you should not do. One is get a Subway footlong cookie.
My friends, listen.
300 calories.
What we're going to give away today, obviously they're messing with you. What we're going to give away today is we're going to give away a little at-home spa package. This is what it includes. It includes a candle and it includes a bone pillow, and it's all going to be wrapped up neatly for you. If you win that, when you come into the clinic, we're going to go ahead and gift that completely to you. That way you have your own relaxation area inside of your house.
So now all you need is the zero gravity chair at home. So if you just go to your nearest Walmart and you can get a patio version for $70, we're going to give you the rest. Or if you really want to, you can get the Human Touch. People always ask where the chairs come from. It's actually Human Touch makes it. It's called a PC310. You can look that up on Google. Problem is when you see the price, you're probably going to click back. You're probably going to X out of the window immediately because it's really expensive. It's tough. All right, my second tip here. These are all been really, really good. The second I'm going to give that I wrote down is you're going to start your day every single morning with a lukewarm glass of water with lemon juice in it with a side shot of apple cider vinegar. My friends, there's a lot of health benefits related to digestion and kickstarting the vagus nerve related to lemon. It's got to be lukewarm water. The lemon inside, so it can be squeezed lemon juice from a fresh lemon, or it can actually be in the lemon juice bottle. You just want to add a little bit of lemon juice. It really doesn't matter how much. What that's going to do is it's going to make your stomach acidic first thing in the morning, and your body is always trying to achieve balance. And as far as your pH is concerned, or your acidic versus basic level in your blood chemistry. So as soon as you drink lukewarm water with lemon juice in it, what you're going to do is you're actually going to take your blood chemistry to an acidic level, and your body is going to try to bring that back down to a basic level. And what that does is it's actually boosting your metabolism and it's boosting your digestive system first thing in the morning. The apple cider vinegar is designed in the same route to also boost immune function. The apple cider vinegar, notice vinegar is a base. So what it's going to do is it's going to make your stomach go acidic and then back down to basic. By actually achieving that in your blood chemistry, what you're actually doing is you're kickstarting your metabolism. So if you're one of those that's just looking for an extra edge in your health routine to try to boost that metabolism first thing in the morning, which is the best time to do because that's when cortisol is high and that's when insulin is low. So when your cortisol is high, we want to kick our bodies out of that cortisol state. And the way we can do that is to put it into a digestive rest and digest type of mechanism, and it switches our bodies into a parasympathetic type of mode. Really is a great way to start the day. It's a great way to start and boost your immune function, metabolic function, and digestive function. It's super simple. It takes 5 seconds on your way out the door. Just 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and just a little couple squeezes of lemon inside the lukewarm water. The key here is lukewarm water. If it's cold water, it's going to offset it. Your stomach is full of lukewarm things. You want lukewarm water, a little bit of lemon juice, a shot of apple cider vinegar. See if that doesn't kickstart your day in a unbelievably good fashion. Over to Brownie.
Yeah, talking about kickstarting the day, talking about revving up the digestive system, getting your body all ready to rock and roll. I'm going on the other side of the day, going with evening. And a great tip to improve your sleep, to improve your hormone production, to improve your stress regulation is being done eating 3 hours before sleep.
Oof.
If a minimum of
That's tough.
3 hour window is hard, but a 3 hour window before going to bed. Because the longest thing that takes to digest is animal protein, takes 3 hours. Everything else that's not animal protein takes less than 3 hours. But if we're eating all the way up until sleep, and then we have to do all of our digestion while we're trying to sleep, our body's never going to actually get rest. If our body, the purpose of sleep is to repair our body, repair our muscles, create our hormones, get everything ready and prepped for the day we're about to have. But if we're spending that entire round of sleep too busy digesting the snickerdoodle and the cupcake that we just had at 9:30 p.m., then our body's never going to actually be able to heal up and get ready for the day. So if we're done digesting far earlier, ideally being done eating at like 6 or 7 p.m. and giving our body a window to actually digest, then when we go to sleep, where our body's going to be actually able to do what it's meant to do during sleep, which is to actually rest. If it's busy digesting, it's not resting, it's active. But that is a big tip. It's a great tip. Not enough people know about it. Not enough people do it. I challenge you all to see if you can mix that in. See if you can go 1 week straight, just 1 week straight, doing that, and take a little mental notes of how your sleep changes.
I wish I had $1 for every time someone came in on the new patient intake paperwork, checked the box, eat late night snack.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a real one.
For sure. And going along with that late night snack, I think the music's on.
Is it?
I mean, I can hear it. Is the music on? Can everyone hear that?
I don't hear it. No, it's not on.
That's just my cell phone.
No music there, buddy.
All right. So
that's the celebration you still got going on in your head, man. What you got next for us, Cam?
All right. For my last one, my friend, what I have, it's actually going on with that late night snack. And what I mean by that is it's actually going to be very simple. You're going to hear it talk about it all the time. It's water. What I mean by water is the fact that your body needs to be able to take in water in order for it to be able to function appropriately. Our bodies are mainly composed of water. And so this water that we will be intaking is going to actually continue to help function in all areas of my life. Let me give you an example. I have a patient who I take care of, and what happened with her is she ended up having terrible like flank pain or kidney pain. And after talking to her, realized that she literally took 2 to 3 sips of water a day. Her blood pressure was through the roof, and they gave her blood pressure medication. I simply told her, up your glass intake or up your water intake 1 to 2 glasses a day. Well, I had a really good heart-to-heart with her. I'm very close with her. And I said, I'll talk to you like I'll talk to my mother. And sure enough, now she's drinking close to a gallon a day. Blood pressure is now regulated. It's completely normal. It's like it used to be, I mean, it was high, like 200s over. Yeah, it was bad. I'm not going to go into all that, but it was really, really bad. So for her, drinking water, increasing that, allowed her to get off of her blood pressure medication. Blood pressure is now 127 over like 70, high 70. So literally just by drinking water, I could show you guys a text message where she was like, "Thank you so much. I feel like you saved my life just by telling me to drink more water." There's a beautiful book out there called You're Not Sick, You're Thirsty. And this book actually helps contribute to the fact that water actually helps keep us healthy. So increase your water intake. What I recommend is a couple things. Number one, find a glass or find a water bottle that you will carry around with you everywhere, one that you are personally attached to and that you enjoy. Also, however much water you drink inside of that, inside of your canister. So, for example, if you have a Yeti, 20-ounce Yeti, you typically drink 4 of those. What I recommend my patients is just increase it by 1. So if you drink 4, go to 5, and then maintain that for a couple months. Then go to 6, so on and so forth. Take it slow. We're playing the long game. So mine, very, very simple, but it's very life transforming. Drink more water.
I like it. We're moving right along. There's Cam's 3. My third one of the top 3 things that you must do if you care about your health immediately. Number 1, I'll recap. Cam, recap your 3 real quick. You remember them?
Yep. So my 3 are morning routine, calendar, water.
Get a morning routine, establish it, establish a calendar, share it with your significant others in relationships. And how much water should we drink today? A liter?
Whatever you are currently drinking, your intake by 1 of those. So if it's 20 ounces, increase it by another 20.
Gotcha. Mine was chew gum. Second, lemon water.
Yep.
Third one, I was so focused on my third one, I almost forgot my second one. My third one is one that is counterintuitive, because if it's intuitive, you'd already be doing it. Sean Dill 101. Counterintuitive here, licorice root. Every single day, you need to be supplementing licorice root, my friends, because licorice root has been shown here recently to have a lot of very, very nice things, benefits including Reduces inflammation. Licorice root is a very powerful anti-inflammatory. So if you're one of those out there who suffers from inflammation, inflammation is in my view and opinion, it's an opinion, is the number one cause of most diseases within the body. It is chronic inflammation. Inflammation that's occurring chronically for some reason or another. Inflammation, and your body's inflamed when you suffer from things like joint pain, headaches, migraines, any type of pain. Anytime you think pain is usually resultant of inflammation. Like my low back right now. My low back is very inflamed. I have a lot of inflammation in my low back, and it's very painful. I'm aware of that. So I'm doing things actively. One of those things, licorice root. Licorice root. Now, not just any licorice root. A lot of times people take licorice root in a digestive capsule. I don't recommend that. What I recommend is the liquid form. There's actually a liquid form that comes in a dropper that you can drop under your tongue, and it goes into your system quicker through the tongue. It doesn't get as eliminated through the digestive process as swiftly, which is the problem with most supplements. Is you want a supplement that it can go across the gut very permeably or easily. If you have leaky gut, a lot of times most of the supplements that you're taking are going right through the gut lining and they're not being absorbed properly, especially if you suffer from leaky gut. So if you have digestive type concerns and you're supplementing, you're not getting the effect you want. It's likely due to that. So I always recommend that you get the sublingual tablet or dropper under the tongue. Very powerful anti-inflammatory, helps reduce respiratory illnesses and soothes sore throats. Folks, it's 2024. I can promise you there's going to be respiratory things start popping up within the next 6 months. There are already a couple people coming in with the sniffles, the coughs, the respiratory type things. This is that time of year where things are going to start popping around. And the way to fight that kind of thing is to keep a clear nerve system, supplement well, get plenty of sleep, drink plenty of water. A lot of these things we've been talking about, but also incorporate licorice root into your daily routine. So I gave you 2 things here that are more of a supplementation morning type thing. The first being to make sure that you get some lemon water every morning with an apple cider vinegar, little pull of that. Make sure you're chewing gum to keep the calorie burning intake and also to keep stimulating the vagus nerve throughout the day, keep the jaw nice and loose. Third thing, licorice root. Yep, Ralph's tuning in there, says just getting over that now. Where can we buy licorice root? Best place there is probably either Natural Grocers over off Rodney Parham if you're in Little Rock, or Whole Foods. Whole Foods has a great supplement section. So Natural Grocers or Whole Foods. If you're in Hot Springs, to be honest with you, kind of out of luck. You're gonna have to drive to Little Rock to a good. I don't know. There may be a place in Hot Springs somewhere around the beaten path, but it's down the beaten path probably. Those are my 3. Chris, wrap us up.
Last one, I got a good one for you guys. One that has not been touched on. It's one of my favorite questions that I've heard from a podcast, and it's from a health and longevity specialist doctor, Dr. Peter Attia. And what he will ask his patients on their initial consult is, what do you want to be true at the end in your last decade of life? What do you want to be true? And so he takes them through this exercise. Like the guy would talk about, okay, I want to be able to walk my dog. And then you go down to the nitty gritty. So, okay, how far are you walking? Let's just say a mile. I want to be able to walk a mile. Okay. Are there hills involved? Well, maybe there's one hill. Okay. How big's a dog? Is it a tiny dog like Cam's dog? Cam, what kind of dog do you have?
Captain Charles.
Yeah, Cocker Spaniel. Or do you want to have a big dog? I can't even hear you. But getting into the nitty gritty of it, like, do you want to have quality of your thoughts? Do you want to be able to controllably sit down on the couch? Do you want to be able to go upstairs? Like, start asking yourself, well, okay, what are these things I want to do? Because those are actually your framework for what being healthy and a healthy life for you means, because it's all different for each of us, like our own definition of what it is we want to do. Like for me, one of my big things that I've probably have had the thoughts of probably about 7-10 years is I want to be able to controllably sit down on the toilet. That's something that I just, for some reason, I do not want to be that old 89-year-old grandpa that just has to fall his way onto the toilet and not be able to get up from that. I think that's so tough. So I need to be able to do that. So what can I do now to prepare myself for that? Well, maybe that might be like some step ups or lunges, or just practicing getting up off the ground, like getting your butt on the ground and then getting up off it. doing those kind of things now, what can we do to prepare ourselves in our 40s, 50s, 60s? So that way, when we're 90s, we're firing all cylinders. Maybe we're still playing pickleball. I don't know. But pick those things, right? Pick those things now, and then start working on making sure that we're staying fresh with them. So when we get to our 70s, 80s, 90s, we can still do them. And I think that will be very, very fulfilling. If you take that to heart, actually do the exercise, like list out all the stuff and then list out all the tiny details. And then you're like, okay, now I actually have a vision of how I'm going to be operating. Now it's time to get to work.
Good stuff. Recap those, Chris. Recap the 3.
Recap 3. Number 1 is in-person interactions, in-person relationships. I mean, phone calls work out too, but in-person stuff is just a lot better.
For sure.
Number 2 is being done eating 3 hours before bed. That will vastly help out your digestion, your sleep quality, and how you wake up in the morning, and hormones. Number 3 is ask yourself the question, what do I want to be able to do? What do I want to be true in my last decade of life? And if you're like me, you want to be able to controllably sit on the toilet, we can talk about that can help that out.
Very nice. 3 for 3 for 3. 9 tips in 30 minutes. Things you should do if you care about your health right now. Let's do the giveaway. Cam, I'm going to have you do a random generation. I'm going to count our entries here of people who commented. I'm going to give everybody 1 more minute to comment. To say, hey, I'm here. I want to win. Winner, chicken dinner.
You got to say, hey.
You're going to say Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Or wacky Wednesday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 entries.
Okay. Give me a number. 1,
13. Looks like that's Pam Prince.
Yeah.
Right there. Number 13, the last comment on the board.
Best comment right there.
There it is, Pam Prince. You have won the Relaxation Suite giveaway. Hey, we really appreciate you guys jumping on here with us today. As always, every Wednesday, 6:30. And for those of you who have not won yet, keep showing up. Your odds are forever in your favor, and you're going to win the next one. And the prices just keep getting sweeter. They just keep getting sweeter. And don't forget, it's about time for us to come around with another big giveaway. Like we had the iPad back in April. I think it was April. Maybe it was March.
February.
What was it? April? March?
February.
Gotcha. I knew it was somewhere around there. Gave the big giveaway. It's about time. It's about time for us to come around with another stellar giveaway. And you got any last parting words, fellas, on this evening's after hours wrap up?
I think the giveaway ought to be the resting chair.
Oh, we break the internet with that.
I know.
We break the internet. Maybe a resting chair is in order. That would be very interesting.
Our patience increased by 800.
We may break the internet again like we did on the iPad one.
Right.
Cam keeps getting cut out. What you got, Cam?
Happy Wednesday.
All righty, y'all. Until next time, go out there and have a great day. And remember, trust, we are here to make Arkansas the happiest, healthiest place in existence. And we hope we made you come a little bit closer to that this Wednesday. Until next Wednesday, see ya.